we're going to bring up our next competitor, ProNavigator. All right, ready, go.
Hi, my name is Joseph de Souza. I'm the founder and CEO of ProNavigator. It's great to see many familiar faces in the room today. And you know, in 2016, there was a shift in how we communicated with businesses. They called 2016 the year of conversational commerce. And that was because messaging and chat had crossed 60 billion messages per day. And the promise was that in this world of online business, this would simplify how we connected with our brands. Yet for the insurance industry, that promise had yet to become a reality. Generally speaking, the industry was reliant on people and legacy systems, which has resulted in tremendous friction points, both for insurance professionals as well as consumers. Which is why in April 2016, when I had a simple question that I needed an answer to, I called my insurance carrier, my former insurance carrier, and I was kept on hold for an hour and 35 minutes. And you know, after getting off the call, I asked myself, why does one of the most important and impactful sectors in the world still rely on decades-old technology when it comes to customer experience? So ProNavigator was founded in 2016 with a vision to fix this, to build an intelligent customer success platform to reinvent that customer experience and help to reduce cost and drive growth in the industry. And that first problem we're tackling is that holy grail problem. Customers expect service when and where it's convenient for them. You know, we're living in a world where Uber promises a car is going to arrive in 3 minutes, and it does. And I think consumers are saying, how come we can't get this kind of predictably great experience when it comes to our insurance? And this is compounded by the fact that by 2020, 2/3 of North Americans will shop for insurance online. So consumers are expecting answers to their questions, and when they don't, they move to somebody who does. And human support doesn't scale. Industry averages right now for a live phone call in the insurance industry is up to $20 per phone call. So when you look at the life cycle of an insurance customer, from acquisition all the way to service, these are the two areas where we think our platform can add the most value. By automating or semi-automating these processes, we're able to improve the customer experience and help reduce cost on the service side. Our solution is a three-pronged approach: AI chat using chatbots and virtual assistants, AI voice, and assisted AI. But at its core is a proprietary insurance platform that's trained on understanding thousands of insurance inquiries. And you know, when you look at the customer acquisition process today, you know, and experiences that I've had, you generally land on this website, you maybe fill out a web form, or you call somebody and find out how much it's going to cost and get answers to your questions. And when was the last time we went shopping online and we wanted something we needed and we said, what I'd really like to do is, you know, fill out a web form and have somebody call me back in a day or two with how much this is going to cost and answer my questions. But for our clients today, they're able to offer a pre-trained virtual assistant living on their website to be able to answer customers' questions in real time, and almost like a coach to coach users through that entire process. And when you reduce the number of friction points in that buying process, for many of our clients, they're seeing a 40% increase in new leads converted from their current website without redesigning their website, by allowing customers to get assistance when it's convenient for them when they're live on their site. And on the service side, because of our insurance focus, our focus is improvement in self-serve rates, where from day one, we're able to handle over 50% of customer inquiries, which means fewer emails, fewer calls, fewer live chat sessions, resulting in operational cost savings and increase in customer support agent capacity, freeing up your customer support agents to deal with things that are more complex. So when you look at that technology stack, you've got all the different ways that your customers come in from, whether it's your social media, web chat, text message, voice, or email. But by adding a layer of intelligence in that workflow, we can provide a solution that solves the end customer need all the way down to the quoting, the logic, and the databases that power that interface. You know, AI is going to touch every aspect of our lives, and every company that engages with customers, particularly where there's a high volume, there's an opportunity to engage and connect and be able to do that at scale. So at our core technology, we use natural language processing and machine learning to be able to understand the intent of a sentence. Our dialogue manager is all the responses that it handles, which is unique and custom for each client. And the system is trained on actual users using the system, so it continues to improve and get smarter. Many of our competitors are focused on multiple verticals or being able to build a system that can serve many industries, but nobody solved transfer learning or being able to take data from one domain and apply it to others. But by focusing on one vertical on the insurance industry, we're able to train the system to understand and build that world's authoritative knowledge base for understanding insurance. So for our clients, the benefits, they're able to leverage learnings from across the organization in an anonymized way. There's over 2 million end users powering this system. So with every conversation that we handle, every data piece that we label, the entire platform improves and everybody gets to benefit. So we've come a long way in the 2 years since we founded. We work with over 70 customers, ranging from leading insurance brokerages to state insurance associations and carriers. We have tripled our growth year over year and doubled our team size every year. We're venture-backed, and we can scale to serve any insurance market in the world. And we can do all this because we've really brought together a world-class team with deep skill sets in AI and insurance. Our technical advisor, you can see Professor Pascal Poupart on the bottom left, a world-renowned AI expert in artificial intelligence, and he's one of our technical advisors. But as a team, we're able to combine technical expertise and insurance to help drive innovation and growth, and to be able to think outside the box because we understand what the box is. But we're not stopping there. The next problem we're tackling is this. Today, brokers have questions from their carriers, and getting an answer should be as easy as asking a question. But today, there's too many portals, too many credentials, too much time spent searching. In technology, middleware is that piece of technology that allows all the pieces to talk to each other. But for many of our clients, they're essentially acting as middleware, trying to work with so many different systems. It's early days in the product roadmap, but today we're launching Sage, Brokers' Questions Answered. Brokers can ask their carriers questions like, will you write a rented dwelling on a company name, or how many mortgages will you allow on a homeowner's policy? Sage will understand your question. You can direct this to one or multiple carriers. Sage will ask your carriers for you, and Sage will provide you answers fast through voice or chat. It's early days in the product roadmap, but we're very excited to partner with Wawanisa, our first content partner for this product, but offer it to any carrier who wants to be able to deliver a scalable solution to help brokers. And I think our vision is so much bigger than this, to be able to build a universal operating platform that's open and connectable and deployable on any channel. And by automating questions and interactions that are common and consistent across the industry, by building technology that empowers insurance professionals, we're able to free them up to serve their clients in a more meaningful way. And so there's really three things that I want to highlight from this presentation. This represents what consumers want today. This is that next generation of technology. This can be deployed on any platform and any product. And more than me telling you, I'd love to show with you and talk with you after the presentation. Our team is focused on building that technology that's going to bring a wave of customer-centric services, and it's going to be a transformative journey, and we're looking forward to it. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so how do you compete with the big tech that is very active in the NLP space?
Yeah, so two things here. One is we're 100% focused on insurance, so being able to train these systems to really understand the insurance knowledge base. Some of the larger companies that are focusing on multiple domains have to build these pieces in silos, essentially. They're not able to transfer learnings across the organization. And it also helps us with our go-to-market strategy because we're able to position ourselves as an insurance-focused company, so it's easier to connect with clients and be able to deploy systems for them. It's still early days in NLP as a whole. You've got some very large companies, but there is no market leader, definitely not in the insurance space. And so we're over 2 years in the market. We've got a good runway still.
What's your longer-term business strategy? Because one would think that a larger firm would just buy you out because it would just be a industry vertical. Is that your business strategy?
The 6,000 insurance carriers in North America, there's 37,500 brokers. I think for us, our 3 to 5 year timeline is to heads down, execute. Every conversation that we improves the platform for all of our clients. So, of course, every startup is looking for that high growth, but anything in the short term is going to be leaving too much opportunity on the table for us.
And and what is your strategy with respect to capitalizing on those insurance companies and brokers?
Could you specify that a little bit further?
What's your sales strategy?
Our sales strategy. So with brokers, it's primarily an inbound marketing driven. We're doing a lot of content, podcasts, conferences. With carriers, it's definitely a sales cycle, typically 9 to 12 months, as other people have mentioned in the talk earlier. But I think the fact that we've had good traction and we're continuing to grow the knowledge base and understanding with underwriting training and others, we're excited at kind of the pipeline that we have in place.
Does the roadmap include sharing of sentiment across sort of customer service / call center buckets across insurers? And 2, what's the revenue model?
So we aggregate and anonymize the data to train the core system. There's 2 main components there. The natural language understanding extracts the intents and entities from a sentence. That is shared. The responses are unique and custom to each client. So everyone's able to share in this knowledge base of understanding. The responses are unique. We charge, in terms of the pricing model, we charge a base annual license fee, which includes a number of conversations, and there's a usage-based pricing after that.
Where did your insurance body of knowledge come from? Like, can anybody just get it, or is it unique? And what percentage or proportion of the learning is fully automated and truly AI-driven, and what percentage is sort of guided or led by your team?
So in the beginning, as any startup, you bootstrap that data cycle and you get the product out in the market. I think that's what's so powerful in machine learning. If you think about, let's say, Google's search engine. Google's powerful today because of the billions of searches that have happened in the past, but their competitive advantage a year from now is going to be the searches that happen today and tomorrow that go back and retrain those algorithms so the product is relevant for how customers are searching today. So in the early days, we bootstrapped the product, got it out in the market, had real users using it, took that in, back in, retrained the model, and improve it. So your second question?
Yeah, just in terms of that learning being
Right.
fully automated versus, some interference or guidance and help along.
Yeah, so I think what's really key in this, it's human plus AI. So at any point, if these systems are not able to understand, we transfer that conversation seamlessly over to customer support agents. But on the natural language understanding, that's fully machine learning and natural language processing AI. The responses, however, are retrieval-based. We don't use a generative model because there's worries about E&O and other things if a chatbot goes off script. So we use a retrieval-based model on the responses side. But the natural language understanding is using machine learning.
Your revenue model, we said 37,500 agents. How many agents do you feel have adopted a chatbot at this point? And then secondly, what do you think potential in terms of dollar of those users is for you? Like, what kind of market share do you think you can get?
Yeah.
What kind of revenue does an agency bring you in a year on average?
Yeah, so I think there's 15 to 20,000 brokers that I think are digital and looking to grow and want to kind of utilize the service to continue to grow. So we're very bullish on that, on the broker market in terms of the growth there. With brokers, again, we charge a base annual license fee, and depending on the plan they're on, it's primarily usage-based.
Joe, how do you compete on the NLU capabilities, especially when you think about like tier 1 and tier 2 carriers that use Nuance or use Microsoft and sort of have sort of tremendous capabilities from a technology advantage, more generalist.
Yes.
But how do you think about selling into the Hartford or Travelers, et cetera, in terms of your capabilities and your differentiation and sort of the richness of your NLU database?
Yeah, so I think there's 2 main pieces there. One is, when we first started, we were leveraging a third-party NLP system. One of the big players you mentioned, very hard, very difficult to use. We ended up building the whole thing in-house. Many of our clients have started building systems like this, threw up their hands and said, you guys take it on. It's not just building it and deploying it like a green button you press. There's maintenance that's required to improve these systems. So some companies may hire a team of data scientists and do it internally, but I think there's a large number of insurance carriers and brokers who are going to focus on what they're good at, managing risk, and let technology companies focus on what they're good at.
All right.
All right. Thank you.
Well done.